All right, poker road trip? Possibly. That's up to y'all. Main thing we're going to talk about today is the possibility of a poker road trip. I'm going to leave it up to y'all. Y'all are going to tell me if I'm going to do this or not. And the promotions, the bad beat, and everything in Orange Park, we're going to talk about that. And first off, I want to just start off by saying through the first 3 videos that I've dropped, the first 3 sessions, I've had really decent views for my YouTube channel being small and comments, and I really do appreciate it. Y'all stick with me. It should be pretty interesting. I hope to make things better and better as we go. So first thing, before we jump into all the best bet and how they do their promotions, the bad beat jackpot and all that, because I'd really like to get y'all's opinions on that in the comment section too. But poker road trip, I have been offered some rooms from the Beau Rivage in Mississippi, multiple comp nights. So I am really considering going out there and grinding poker for a 3 or 4 night stay in Biloxi, Mississippi. It's a good way to pump in a lot of hours towards a 1,000-hour challenge, and it puts me right there at the room, so it cuts down on gas and all that, and good time to grind. Also, I got a couple of friends out there from the Mississippi area, Nitwit Poker, Egg Roll Poker. It would probably give me a chance maybe to bump into them, hang out with them, maybe get on the poker tables with them, which would be really cool to do. That would be one of the main reasons also I'd want to go there. But I'm going to leave it to y'all in the comments. Would you like to see me take the 1,000-hour challenge to Biloxi, Mississippi? The Beau's 1-3 game is uncapped, so it plays a little bigger. And then IP has games pretty much all the time from when I've been out there. So a couple opportunities to go out there and play. Tell me if y'all would like to see me go out there and bring y'all footage from there playing poker. I'm going to leave it up to y'all. If I get enough positive in the comment section, we're going to take that trip. We're going to take that chance. We're going to go out there and grind in Mississippi. So with that being in there, y'all, tell me what y'all think. Y'all want to see it. If y'all don't, we'll see. So let's go into the best bet, how they do their promotions, rake, and the bad beat. And I want to break all this down and get y'all's thoughts on it, because yes, I'm a poker player, but I'm a gambler too. Well, I used to be a big time gambler. Now I'm just poker and I gamble for fun. So first off, the best bets, there's 3 of them in Northeast Florida. You have one in Jacksonville, Orange Park, Florida, which there's only about 25-minute ride between the 2, and then one in St. Augustine. A lot of times when they run their bigger promotions, it'll be across all 3 rooms. I've never been a fan of that, but that's what they do. Let's start off with the bad beat jackpot. The bad beat jackpot used to run up to like 150,000. A few years back, they decided to cap it at 30 grand, and it never goes back down. It just pretty much hovers at 30 grand, and they have a resource built up. Now, the bad beat now is up to quad 8s or better has to be beat to hit the bad beat. I mean, it's starting to get ridiculous in my opinion. Anytime quads are beat, it should be bad beat. But they say, I mean, for a while it was like quad 4s, and I thought that was ridiculous. Then it went to quad 5s. Now it's all the way up to quad 8s to be beat to hit it. Like I said, it's 30K. Let me go into the rake. The rake is a 5 + 1 + 1 system. So $7 out of, so the $5 rake, I say 5 + 1 + 1. 5 is the max that'll come out of pot. It's got to be, it runs at 10 increments. So a $10 pot's $1, pretty much 10% up to $50, and then it caps there. So that's that 5. And then you have 1 for promotion and 1 for the bad beat. So y'all see how much money's coming off the table. Now, I told you about the bad beat. It's 30K. It's got to be quad 8s or better to be beat. I don't really like it. So that's the bad beat. Let's move on to pretty much the promotions. Now in July, they do something where they do Christmas in July, and they run high hands up pretty high. So I just want to give y'all an idea of basically every week they run the same type of promotion, and then once or twice a month they'll have something if something special is going on. I'm going to tell you what February was to kind of give y'all a breakdown of how this works. So on Sunday, they do a $100, pretty much all week long. This is pretty much the same. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the weekend, or wait a minute, 10 a.m. to noon, sorry. 10 a.m. to noon Sunday and Saturday is every 30 minutes, $100 high hand. And then on Saturday and Sunday, it's aces full of faces, auto win weekends. So you win $100 if you have a high hand of aces full of faces. Not terrible. And then on Monday and Wednesday, they pretty much run the same promotion. It's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., $100 every 30 minutes high hand. And then at 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., and then from 8 p.m. to midnight, they do a rollover, and it's got to be aces full or better, or it rolls over the next 30 minutes. And then Tuesday, they have the same 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., $100 high hand every 30 minutes. And then they have a 150 high hand every 30 minutes from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. with a break from 5 all the way up to 8 p.m. Then from 8 p.m. to midnight, it's 150 every 30 minutes high hand in the building. This is just inside the building. And then Thursday is $200 high hand. I need to go play more Thursdays. That's what I just realized. I need to play more Thursdays. And it's 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., then 8 p.m. to midnight. Why they take the break from 5 to 8, I really don't understand. I don't get that, but that's what they do. And then Friday is 150 high hand every 30 minutes, 1 to 5 and 8 to midnight. So that's pretty much their standard promotions that they run during the week. So you have that. That does seem like a lot of money, but you got to think about how much money is being taken off the tables here, y'all. It's a lot. I do want to say when they had the Super Bowl, like to give you an idea, I said during some weeks they do extra stuff. So during the Super Bowl this last Sunday, they had $1,000 every 10-minute high hands. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'm guessing that's where they're trying to, but that was across all 3 rooms too. That's across all 3 rooms. So now we're talking about, on an average night, like you say, a Thursday night, it's 200 every 30 minutes. That's across the board. 3 rooms, that's 600. They're adding 400 to it. So anyways, so like I said, Super Bowl, $1,000 across all 3 rooms. And then on Valentine's Day, again, all across all 3 rooms, Royal Flush and Hearts only will pay $5,000. $5,000 would be a nice lick, y'all. But you got to get a Royal Flush in Hearts. Not just any Royal Flush. It's hard to hit Royal Flushes, y'all. It doesn't say if you got to use 2 cards or not. A lot of times that's in the fine print. I'm pretty sure you're probably got to use 2 cards if I know them. So that's kind of the promotions. Another thing I want to talk about with Best Bet, and this is coming from me, coming from the casino world. And the Hard Rock's just as bad here in Florida. Florida is so behind the times. You go to Biloxi, you go to Vegas, your drinks are free. And when I say drinks, I'm not just talking about alcohol, y'all. Yeah, it's great to have, a couple of beers or mixed drinks if you're on vacation or whatever it may be at the casino. When Best Bet if Best Bet only had card tables, I would be more understanding with them not wanting to give out free drinks or food vouchers or any kind of comps like that. But at this point, now they have table games. It's not a lot, but they got table games now. So the house is taking in money there too. And still, you got to pay for drinks. And the drinks are not cheap. I mean, in Vegas, you want a Red Bull, they're going to bring you a Red Bull. In Orange Park, a Red Bull is going to cost you $4 or $5. I mean, when you start to think about this, like it adds up so much. A bottle of water is like $150. If you're someone in there that's trying to grind low stakes, you really can't afford to be in there spending money on that. It's going to cut in your profit margin so much. I'm just being realistic. Now, if you're just average gambler going in there, you probably don't care. But on the other hand, if you're the average gambler going in there and you drop $300, it'd be nice to at least get some free sushi and maybe a Red Bull or, a beer. And I've always been the person that I believe they should be pumping out drinks because the more drinks people have, the looser they are with their money. Now, on the flip side, they don't have a hotel and all that. So you don't want to feed people too many drinks because people be irresponsible out there drinking and driving. So I try to see it from every angle. But me personally, if from a poker player standpoint, I would rather them get rid of the bad beat, because I mean the chances of me hitting that the whole time up there is probably never going to happen. The high hands is fine. The thing I do like about the high hands, I don't go there to play for promotions. First off, I mean high hands are going to happen, but I've had them so many beat up there. I mean, unless you're really getting quads or there ain't many tables going at the time, it's hard, y'all. So I would rather them do something like a rakeback system, or comp people for the hours they play, or pay out like kickbacks for how many hours they play. At least that would help a player. Now, I understand that all they're doing is trying to bring people in. The high hand does bring people in. That's why I don't want to talk too much bad about the high hands. People come in there just chasing high hands. And honestly, I see more people lose money chasing them high hands than the money they're winning in the high hands. If you're watching this and you're going to these poker rooms chasing these high hands, I'm telling y'all are hurting yourselves in the long run. Because so many of y'all will make monster hands, trips, and you're not wanting to bet it because you're trying to chase $100 high hand, and you leave so much value out there on the table. I really shouldn't even be saying this on here. I really shouldn't, because I'm giving away like a huge tip. I see so many people. Then they'll wait till the river, and then they get beat by a flush, and they're so mad and they end up losing their whole stack because now they thought they had a good hand. They're so blinded by trying to chase a high hand. It just is what it is. So if first off, this is what I think they ought to do. There's a guy that I know that's going to watch this, Big Tex. I believe that they should get a committee of regs, not myself, regulars that are up there, like Big Tex, sit them down and ask them, what do you think players want? Because best bet, and not just best bet, but these card rooms are they've lost their minds. Like they're so out of touch reality of what a player wants. I will say the best bet does have some delicious sushi. I don't mind buying that when I'm there. During $1,000 challenge, I'm trying to keep the cost down because I want to make as much profit as I can, kind of like show it. But I don't know. I really wish they would sit down with people like Big Tex, and there's a lot of regulars up there, and talk to them and say, what do y'all think we should do to bring more people in? Because I'm going to tell you right now, best bet, there's so many rules that they got going on. Not to go off on a tangent right here, but there's so many other things they could be doing to bring people in and bigger names in. The Jacksonville Best Bet, they do have the live stream, and they've been working with the WPT, and they've had Andrew Nemi and Brad Owen and all the big names come through. But you can do things here locally to bring people in, make it fun. Orange Park has a private little room. If someone from Orange Park watches this, you really ought to get a couple of the players that are willing to invest themselves and time into it, and maybe put something in them private rooms where it would draw people and draw more attention to the best bet in a positive light. That's just my opinion. So y'all tell me what y'all think about the promotions. The main thing I want to ask y'all is, how do you feel about the bad beat jackpot being capped at 30 grand and it taking quad eights? That's the one. How do y'all feel about them not giving out any kind of food or drinks for free? And number 3, do you think the high hands offset all this stuff that I don't really like? And once again, before I end it, I want to thank everybody again that's been watching. I promise you, this is going to be very entertaining. I'm going to show y'all good poker, bad poker, all in between. I'm learning every day. I'm no wizard at this, but I think it'll be fun. And once again, if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends if they're poker players. If nothing else, they can see an average Joe out here trying to chase his dream. And if y'all would like to see a Mississippi poker grind road trip, please put it in the comments. If I get enough positives saying yes, I'll definitely make it happen here in the next 60 days. I appreciate y'all once again. Oh, one last thing. Why am I all bundled up? That's a good question, because I live in Florida. Well, that's because my wife's an Eskimo, and she's got the AC set at like 62. See y'all next time.